viewers, Troy here with Kevin and Tom. You may remember a few months back we did the middleweight naked shootout with like the FZ7 and bikes like that. Today we brought the Kawasaki Ninja 650, the Yamaha FZ6R, and the new player in the field, the Honda CBR 650F. Fared bikes with 650-ish engines, the Yamaha has a 600. A little bit of a fully fared comparison here. Kevin, can you tell us more about these bikes?
Yeah, this is an interesting one because we're still not really sure which is the winner, are we? These are great all-around usable bikes. We were scratching in the canyons, we've ridden around the city, we've done the freeways. We've got better wind protection, right, than the nakeds. We love the nakeds, but if you're living in climates where it gets cold or you want to extend your riding season, these give you a little bit extra wind protection. Honda is all new, and it's a pretty nice piece. The oldest bike of the group is the FZ6, and I was kind of expecting it to be the trailing...
A dog in this bunch.
Maybe, yeah. Wouldn't quite say a dog, but yeah, it was looking kind of dated, maybe. But really, it held up really well. It's in the town, it's really great, and I think on twisty roads, it's the most agile bike. So we've got three bikes that have varying pluses and minuses, and it's hard to determine exactly who is the winner.
Well, one thing I can say for sure, as far as I'm concerned, is the new bike here is the most expensive bike and has the buzziest engine, and I'm not sold on it winning this shootout. The FZ was the one that I enjoyed riding the most. It was the most flickable. It had brakes that were probably just a little bit less than the Hondas. Its seating position was a nice compromise between the two, where the Ninja has a really short foot peg to seat ratio. The Honda has more leg room, but then it has the lowest bars, so you're leaning forward a little bit more. The FZ had just really a nice, again, compromise between the other ones.
So one of the, I think, big talking points between these three is the position of the bars. You got the Honda here with the lowest bars, the most sporty seating position. For me personally, I felt like I was sitting on top of the Honda. And the twisty roads like this, it's great. You feel like you're in command of the front tire. On the complete opposite side of that equation, the Kawasaki, the bars are relatively high, and in response, you're going through a turn and you're not really sure what the front tire is doing. You're kind of relying on the suspension and the geometry to be planted. And then the Yamaha, again, is somewhere in the middle. Tom, would you agree with that?
Absolutely. The bars here for comfort riding on the Ninja are fantastic because you can pretty much sit, almost upright with it. The Honda's, sportier. This has got a cool bend in the bar. I just like the way it kind of comes up. There's only about an inch rise, and it has this nice, kind of sport bike downward sloping to it. So it's sporty enough, but not, as high up as the Ninja. It's something when you're riding fast, you get to, weight the front end and feel a little bit. Where on the Ninja, you can't do that at all. It looks a little dated. We were talking about the box section swing arm on this from, circa 1987, that's... So it's showing its age a little bit. I think what Kevin said is the Ninja looked really good from 20 feet away, and up close the Honda and its detail work was a little bit better.
Yeah, the Honda is a little prettier to look at, all its components, and if you look up close, it does kind of demand the higher price that Honda's charging for it. But in terms of function, it's not standing that far apart. We should talk about engines too. The 650cc in the Honda, 650cc in the Kawasaki, 4-cylinder in the Honda, a twin-cylinder in the Kawasaki, and the Yamaha makes do with 600cc. But those are pretty eager 600cc's in the Yamaha, and I didn't really feel outdone compared to these bigger motors.
Well, it's an eager 600 because it's from the former R6. So, it's detuned or retuned for torque, or however the marketing departments play that whole spiel. But no, yeah, the 600cc Ford in the Yamaha is a great engine. I thought it was going to, like you said, Kevin, I thought it was going to be a little bit behind between the Honda and the Kawi, but it kept up just fine. You mentioned earlier the Honda looks like the most premium bike of the three, and then we have to talk about price. The Honda, as it sits without ABS, is $84.99. The most expensive one here. At ABS, it's $89.99, $9,000. The Kawasaki, $71.99. With ABS, it's $75.99. And the Yamaha is $77.90. And if you want ABS, too bad. It's Not looking good for the Honda in the price department, considering it's, $9,000 almost. That's whew.
There are a few details that make it look more premium though, right? The reliefs cast in the upper triple clamp, some aluminum engine hangers, nicest swing arm of the bunch, nice seat integrated grab handles here. So it does look a little pricier. It's kind of like, it reminds me a bit of an Interceptor, the VFR 750, except the VFR 750's engine isn't as buzzy as this one.
You have to factor in that the Ninja here at what, 7,800 with 7,600 with ABS is the least expensive bike here with ABS. Without ABS or without ABS on the Honda. So for the price-conscious shopper out there, it's really hard to beat the Ninja.
The brakes on the Honda, I think we all judge these the best.
I'd agree.
The FZ's not too far behind, and the Ninjas felt weak in this group. And despite having ABS, if you want to bake it in hot into a corner, that can surprise you that you got to grab more lever than you're expecting. Another difference of the Honda is that it has a 180 millimeter wide rear tire, where the other two have a 160. And I think that contributed to the Honda feeling a little bit heavy to steer, especially in relation to the Yamaha, because that thing was just so flickable. It just made, I think that for a novice or medium level rider, I think they might be able to go fastest on a twisty road with the Yamaha, just because it's so easy to get into a corner. It's like it's helping you along.
But I did want to just get back to, I was struggling with the price on the Honda, and we've mentioned that. But that thing, it has a buzzy engine, and again, if you were just riding that bike, it might not be so apparent. But when you're riding it back to back, this FZ engine was, butter smooth. And even the parallel twin that we have here at the Ninja, I felt it was a smoother engine than the inline 4 Honda. So for an all-around bike where I was commuting and doing some sport riding and stuff on, I preferred these two engines more than I did the new CBR.
Which is really surprising for a new engine and a brand new motorcycle. Myself, I was expecting more out of this engine.
The Honda did 76.6 horse to the rear wheel. We'll call that 77. The Ninja did 64.6, we'll call that 65. And then the Yamaha, also 65.
My subjective feeling right now is for the price and the balance of motorcycle, I would probably be looking at the Yamaha over the other two. And that's largely just because for, say, being nearly 6 foot, the seat-to-foot peg relation on the Ninja is just too tight for me. I've ridden this bike a lot with our last comparison and some freeway miles and having it at home and everything, and it's just, pushed too much of a bend in my knee. And if there was more leg room, this would be a nicer bike for me personally. But as is right now, I like probably the FC as the best all-around bike, subjectively.
On the plus side to that, the Ninja is the only one with pegs that didn't get dragged this afternoon, right?
True.
The Yamaha is next up to drag, but earliest to drag is the Honda, which is a little bit surprising with that lower bar position. You maybe expect it to be a little bit sporty, but sportier. But these were the first pegs to drag.
What's interesting is I drug pegs more on the Yamaha than anything, but I think again it goes back to my level of comfort riding this motorcycle. I was willing to push it further into the corner than I was the other two.
It's funny, I didn't drag on any of the bikes.
You're slow.
But I'm slow, so I guess that has something to do with it too. But I think we can tell that there's things we like and things we don't like about all three bikes, and even though the Honda is the newest in the field, I thought before this day started the Honda would win. I don't know that's the case. So we got to go home, think about things some more, and put some scores on our scorecard, talk amongst ourselves, and figure out which one really deserves to be called the winner of this test. So to read all about it, you got to go to motorcycle.com, read the story, and you'll see the rest there.